Good morning, student. Today we will start a new subject, that is wave propagation and broadband communication engineering. This subject is for fifth semester electronics students. This subject is very important as well as interesting subject. So attend the classes regularly. So before I start the subject, let me discuss about the syllabus which we will cover in this subject. The first module is your wave propagation engineering and antenna. In this, we will study about the various mode of propagation, and then we will study about the practical antenna and how we are able to convert our voltage and current signal into electromagnetic waves. We will see that extensively. Then we will have transmission line, which is also very important. Here we will see the distributed nature of charge. Then we have television engineering. Then we will study about the microwave engineering, that is high frequency microwave engineering. Then at last, finally, we will study broadband communication engineering. So the book I will recommend for you for this four module. This four module we must follow the book called Electronics Communication by Kennedy. And for this broadband communication, we must follow one book called Balaji PHI publication. So these two books we must follow in order to cover the entire syllabus. So before I start the subject, first, what do you mean by wave? So meaning of wave is wave carries energy. Wave carries energy. Then we will study about the propagation, that is how this energy is propagated by in various medium. For example, we all are communicating by using a mobile phone. So how the signal after how your mobile phone receive a signal or transmit a signal, and finally how it will propagate in the medium, that means how it will travel such a long distance within a fraction of millisecond. We will study about this, but before I start the subject wave propagation, let me first cover some concepts of physics. I will briefly discuss about because you have already extensively studied about the physics in your first semester. Just I am going to briefly revise that, and then I will apply that concept in order to understand this wave propagation. So first, what is the we must have already heard about this word electricity. The moment you heard this name electricity, what comes to your mind? It is a bulb or a fan. So this is not you are charging your mobile phone by using electricity. You are running a computer by using electricity. So it has many applications. For example, in electrostatics, it has huge application, hence we subdivide its application into various types. Electrostatics, then you have studied about current, then you have studied about magnetostatics, then electromagnetic induction, Then obviously finally your communication, that is your tuning circuit, etc. So it has various applications. I have listed only few. In electrostatic, we will study about the charge at rest and its effect. In current, we will study about if the charge is moving with a constant in a uniform motion. We will see about its heating effect, its lightening effect, etc. In magnetostatic, if this charge is moving in a coil, how it is able to run a pump. Then we have electromagnetic induction. Then of course you use this concept in our communication, that is for transferring your information. So what is the basic cause of electricity? What is the basic cause of electricity? In order to understand that, we will first look into our nature. How it will be able to produce such a huge amount of energy. So first we will divide this energy according to our nature into two categories. We have already studied about this energy. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but it can changes its form. We will use this concept in our subject called antenna. Here the energy exists either in the form of matter or particle, or in the form of wave. So this matter and particle exist in the form of mass and charge. Here again we divide the wave, that is the dual nature of particle, which already developed by de Broglie. We have studied about this extensively in physics. Here the wave is two types: non-mechanical waves and mechanical waves. So non-mechanical waves, or the second name is the transverse nature of wave. Here mechanical wave or longitudinal wave. Example of this wave is light and your electromagnetic waves. I am writing here EM waves, that is electromagnetic waves. We will study about this extensively. Here I am just diagrammatically representing this. This mechanical wave, for example, your sound, temperature, pressure, etc. So first, what do you mean by mass? So if I drop a chalk, it will be falling down. Why it is falling down? Because this chalk has some mass, and obviously it will be attracted by gravitational force of attraction. It will be attracted by gravitational force of attraction, that is who will produce that gravitational force of attraction? That is produced by your earth. So mass is a fundamental particle. Mass is a fundamental concept which is responsible for gravitational force. So mass is responsible for gravitational force. In terms of force, we will define, if you define this, that mass is responsible for gravitational force. Because of this force will able to generate energy, and the two types of energy which you have, that is your kinetic energy and potential energy, which you have already studied in mechanics. Then so obviously if I drop a chalk, it will attracted and coming towards the earth. But if my hand wants this chalk back, then obviously it will not be attracted, because your mass of the earth is obviously greater than the mass of my hand. Then if I rub this pen on my dress, on my shirt, then if a piece of paper is on the is on your duster, it will be able to attract it. Then how this pen able to produce such a huge force against your gravity? Then who is responsible for that force? This is nothing but your charge. You might have already done this experiment. That is, this force is created due to friction. This force is created due to friction, and this we named as electric force. And who is responsible for that force? This is your charge. This charge is responsible for your electric force. Because of this electric force, a piece of paper attracted against the gravity. So if we define this electric force by using field theory also, and that field theory we will study over this, that is your electric field. If the charge is at rest, then it produces electric field. If it is in the motion, then it produces magnetic field. All of you getting my point? So charge is the basic cause of electricity. And how we will define? So first we will draw this diagram. Then we will define each and every term. That is, what is the definition of charge, then electric field and magnetic field. So in our nature, the energy exists in two forms, that is in the form of particle or wave. Here in form of particle, we have two types of energy, that is produced, one is produced by mass and another one is your charge. Mass is responsible for your gravitational force and charge is responsible for your electric force. Then another form of energy is your wave. This wave is again categorized into two types, that is non-mechanical waves and mechanical waves. Non-mechanical waves is of two types, that is light or your electromagnetic waves. Mechanical waves, the example is your sound waves. So you have to understand the concept of charge. This is very, very important. If you are able to understand the concept of charge, then it is very easy to understand each and every concept regarding your electricity. So what is this charge? It is a characteristics developed, it is the characteristics developed on a matter because of which it can apply force on other particle. It is a characteristic developed on a matter because of which it can apply force on other particle. So two term is very important here. You must understand this. So charge, in order to charge always exists on a matter. Charge always exists on a matter. And about this force it apply on the particle, this force it apply on the particle is of two types, that may be attractive force or repulsive force. Attractive force or repulsive force. So if I consider the types of charge, the charge is of two types. We have already studied in chemistry, physics. So charge is of two types, that is your positive charge and negative charge. Your positive charge is proton, and obviously your negative charge is electron. So when the force will be attractive, when we have a positive charge or negative charge, that is dissimilar or unlike charges attract each other, or like charges repel each other. So we will discuss about it in extensive manner, that is the properties of charges. So remember, it is the characteristics developed on a matter, always a charge developed on a matter, because of which it can apply force on other particle. Let us see what are the properties of charges. The very important properties of charges is charge always carried by matter. Charge always carried by matter. Then the second point is, it is of two types. That is your positive charge, that I am denoting here plus Q, and negative charge, that is denoting here minus Q. The example of positive charge is proton, the example of negative charge is electron. Charge is responsible for electricity. Charge is the cause of charge also obeys like your energy can either be created or destroyed, that is your conservation of energy. Similarly, conservation of mass. Similarly, charge also obeys. Charge can neither be created or be destroyed. Hence, it obeys conservation principle. Charge can neither be created nor be destroyed. Fifth one is like charges. Charge always, obviously, the meaning of charge is electric force. So obviously, whenever we discuss about this term charge, you always keeps in your mind that is some force will represent this charge in terms of some force. That force may be attractive or repulsive. So like charges or similar charges repel each other and dissimilar charges or unlike charges attract each other. Attract each other. So these are the few properties of charge we have discussed. Then, so how to define this charge in terms of field theory? In terms of field theory, I am going one by one step in order to understand this wave propagation. So you need to understand first what is a charge, then obviously the distribution of charge, then after that we will understand about what do you mean by electric field, Coulomb's law, then magnetic field, Ampere's law, Lorentz law, then we will be able to understand this wave, and finally we will study about this how this wave will be traveling, that is on what factors this propagation depends. So in the next class we will first study about the distribution of charge, then we will study about the electric field. Thank you.